Everybody, welcome to Recovery 201, brought to you by Promise Resource Network, the Disneyland of service providers in North Carolina. Always got to say that. So, my dear friend Kim Lewis is here with me today.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
She's going to help out. This morning, we're going to talk about personal inventory. What's going good, what's going not so good, what's beneficial to us, what's not so beneficial to us, right? To take a look at where we've been, how we've done, and how we can, just how we can get what we need today. Remember, it always goes back to our needs. Before we get started, I want to tell you about our warm line. Our warm line is amazing. It is a 24/7 phone call that you can make to talk to people with lived experience. We are here all day, all night to help and listen and take care of things, right? Help you get resources. Can you shut that for me, sweetheart? There you go. We got some folks in the house today. I'm so excited. Yes, sir. So we have a few folks that may be coming in during our class, so we'll be a little flexible this morning. But I want to go around real quick. I'm Sharon.
I'm Kim. Oh.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm Mark. Rex. Alan.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. We are all in the house today. And I'm so happy about that because scary as it is, I love this topic.
Yeah.
Personal inventory. I love it. Alan, I always start with a definition, don't I? Always start with a definition. So what is an inventory? An inventory is a complete list of items such as property, goods, or stock, or the contents of a building. It's a list of things, a list of what we have and what we don't have, right? So we want to be able to identify those things. I'm really wound up with my hands today, so that's good. So we want to be able to identify help me out, Kim.
We want to identify what we have in our with our personal resources and emotional health and things that we already have. Because if you don't know if you don't already know what you have, you may not know what you need. So you can build on what you already have. Like for me with COVID, it's been a whole big thing with, feeling isolated and kind of away from the norm. Whereas people in recovery, we kind of lose things as we go along in recovery, but we also gain things by those things that have been replaced with something else. So.
Absolutely. To know what we have and know what we need to begin to get those resources as we need to. I am going to read something, and I have participated in a 12-step program. And one of the steps is to take continuous personal inventory. When we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Right? All right. So that is the 10th step, our 10th step. And I want to be able to embrace every part of me. And when I don't know what I have and what I don't have, it's hard to do. Mm-hmm. So let me read a little bit. It said, let me put it this way so I can see it. Um, continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear.
Mm.
Continue to look for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. And then we've got a solution I'll get to in a minute. But that, I don't know, that selfishness one hits me, right? Because when I look at that, I can be pretty selfish. I can be pretty self-centered and not even know it. That's what's cool about a daily inventory. All we have to do is today. We don't have to go back to all the things that didn't work for me.
Mhm.
All the things I did that weren't beneficial for me. So I look at today. Have I been today self-centered? Putting myself before anyone else, putting my needs ahead of anyone else's needs, right? Right. Marv, you got it? You got to. Oh, Marv is my wingman today. That way. It's exact opposite. He is my wingman today. Who do we have on the chat? Oh, okay. We got Kim. All right.
And
Kim,
Mary.
Marv. There you go. Thank you. Thanks for being out there. So that selfishness, can anybody relate to that? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can, I'm not like you, I guess, up today, I'll start getting self-centered about what I need, and forget about what everybody else needs.
Yeah.
And that inventory itself, so what I have to do is check myself daily.
Yes.
That way I can say, wait a minute, I'm not a bad here.
Ah.
I'm sorry. Let me consider somebody else instead of myself. And I want to help them, and that way I get out of myself.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. You said balance. Balancing my needs and someone else's needs. How can I help somebody else? I can if I'm being selfish. I'm out of balance. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Nice and loud.
Yeah. Well, I spent 10 years in Win. It's all about me.
Me.
Yeah. All about me. That's all. That's all. Me. From Resource Network, I've learned that it's not all about me.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't that new news?
And I've also had a problem with I am the ultimate solution. Okay. And what works for me doesn't always work for everybody else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. God, you guys are on fire today. I love it. Just because I think it, just because it's worked for me, just because it's part of my story doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
That know-it-all.
Yeah.
Self-centeredness. Oh, I feel that. I for months I've done these classes and never let anybody talk with me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad y'all called me out and said you want to talk to, and I love it because the communication, the passion in the group, the energy in the group really helps. Kim, have you have any experience with self-centeredness, selfishness?
I would say I think we all go through periods of being selfish.
Yeah.
I think mine has been more the reverse of trying to take on more than what I should be able to handle, and so
Yeah.
that selfishness has become self-protective for me at this stage of my life. Because when you bite off all of these different things in life, like being a mom, being a student, being an employee, and you try to do your best in all of those, sometimes we forget about the things that we need for ourselves.
Yeah.
And so for that I flip that selfishness around and say, how can I make that helpful instead of harmful?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Are you talking? It goes back to the balance.
That balance, yes, that
That
beautiful balance, that kind of where I'm not, so selfish that I forgot to do for my employer, to do for my daughter, and to do for, but I also got to put my needs in there somewhere and say, okay, what's helpful for Kim and what will help her not be running on an empty tank today? Because
Yes.
I've given so much to the point where I wasn't selfish enough with my time. So,
Yes.
I kind of take that and flip it on its head and say sometimes it can be an advantage instead of when we do it correctly, like
Yes.
with good boundaries and choices that we make with our time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes, I'm first. For me, God is first. I'm second. Sandy's third. And then, but sometimes I put Sandy up there in second place over my needs because something's going on that her needs are greater than mine, and I want to help. So
Yeah.
I do that. Yes, Alan.
I find myself wondering, how does this self-absorption, how does the self-centeredness start?
Ooh, how does it start?
How and where does it start?
Wow.
I'm thinking perhaps it's a protective, instinctual reaction to the circumstances that one is in. If one feels pressured and in danger and uncomfortable, one kind of puts up a protective shield.
Perfect, Alan. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Where does it come from? It's an instinct. We've got to take care of ourselves.
We have to.
Yeah. It reaches the point where it locks other people out, and that's not a positive
No, it's
at
not.
all. I mean,
It's not.
because as we've learned here, we're all in this world together, and really it's up to us to nurture each other, be helpful, be supportive.
Yes.
Makes us feel good and makes
Yes.
other people feel good. So, we learn the most valuable life lessons here.
This is a safe place for me.
Oh my God.
And I feel like I can be a little more selfless, a little less selfish. But you're right on the mark, Alan. It is a natural instinct. We got to protect ourselves. This is my safe place. But out there in the world as it is today, I got to protect myself first and foremost. And then I want to, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of, like Kim said, my daughter, my job, myself, my friends, and the list goes on and on. But yeah, we've got to protect ourselves. And then the beauty of when we're in a safe place or when we're with a safe person, to be able to breathe and let go of that fear. We'll talk about fear in a second too. Marv had something.
We tend to be reflexive when it comes to self-centeredness. So when we get into ourselves real deep, okay, somebody says something, we take it personal.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of a reflexive thing. And we need to condition our reflexes and filter out the things that we don't need to be reflexive about.
Those triggers.
Yeah.
We want to be able to know what we need, and when we're triggered, is that something that I need? I appreciate that, Marv. Thank you. We got anybody else on? Not yet. I see Miss.
Michelle Touchberry.
Yeah. No sling. How wonderful. Yeah, I'm out of the sling and the brace. I'm good. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. So that self-centeredness, that self-preservation, right? I want to have it in balance today. I want my needs and the needs of the people I love. I want all of those to be met. All of those. So where am I selfish today? Where am I self-centered? Not making time for certain people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain important people in my life. Not being kind when I have the opportunity because I'm all in myself. Not seeing the pain of others. Not seeing the love of others, right? Not seeing because I'm stuck up here, I'm stuck in the me place, right? All right, I'm getting all deep and shit. So I want to be able to know when I'm off the mark. That's what it is. When I'm off the mark, right? I want to be able to see and do something that gets me back to where I want to be, back to where I'm happy. Like Alan said, where I'm able to give and receive, right? That receiving can sometimes be tough. Absolutely. So, oh yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you good.
I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jeremy, and I've been with PRN for 5 weeks now?
Oh yeah.
For about 5 weeks now.
They'll be running the place soon. We didn't even go around and say anything. Would you like to go next, sir? Who are you? Did we do that?
Yeah, we did that. He was just,
When I'm so consumed with myself that I can't even remember what I did. Thank you, baby. All right. The next thing, have I been dishonest? Ooh. That doesn't necessarily mean I lied to someone, they explained to me. Am I being dishonest with myself? Am I not standing in the truth of the situation? Am I not reaching out for the wisdom of others to help me? Right? I'm going to say it. I stay in my lie sometimes. I fall back into that. And that's not where I want to be today. I want to be able to know my truth, right? And walk in that truth.
I think, Sharon, that's a beautiful thing, because in order to know your truth, you have to know yourself.
Yes.
Because we set ourselves up for the biggest lie when we fail to make that relationship with ourselves, to know what's impactful and needful and helpful for ourselves as well as those around us. Because if you can't look at yourself and say, okay, this is what I'm about, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, and this is my truth, you've missed the mark. Because how can you help anybody else identify those things for you or help you have those things in your life? Yeah.
Oh no, be quiet, Kim. Don't go there. How can you help someone until you go? I asked my therapist. I said, "Am I too whatever to help other people?" She goes, "Nah, you're all right." So, but you're right, Kim. It is about that honesty with ourselves. It is about that knowledge. I can't be honest with myself until I learn where I'm lying. Hey, Kenny.
And then the fear of knowing that truth, Sharon, because then that gives us a responsibility to do something about it too. That's the other piece of it. Because wait a minute, now I've admitted this, or that means I have the responsibility to do something about this now. I can't stay stuck and just blame my mama for what happened, and my dad for what happened, and my cousin and what I didn't have and what I don't have. That becomes no longer the lie. We can tell ourselves we have to move past that and do better for tomorrow than we did yesterday.
I lived in a lie before I lived in a lie into my recovery for a long time just because I didn't know. But before my recovery, the lie I told myself about blaming other people, it was everybody else's fault.
Oh yeah, that's easy. I can blame, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good at that.
Blame people around.
I got the line. Here we go. This is first. This
Yep,
person's
yep,
second.
yep.
And to be able to understand that that doesn't work. Just about things that don't work. I'm
Yeah.
about. You know what? I am too old, fat, and tired
Mhm.
today to do things that don't work. You know what I mean, Marv? You know what I mean? You're shaking your head. Yes, sir.
Well, you don't need to say that you're old. Just enjoy your age because you only live at one.
You're right. We talked about that humor that takes away from ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah.
Y'all, thank you for staying on me for that.
Well, me too. I have birthdays.
Yeah.
And when I turn 30, I'll be much, much happier because all the years I've spent at the state hospital and
Yeah.
coming back makes me feel much better. And the reason why I found the PRN network was because my mom wanted me to look groups up, and I told her this one is going to help me the most.
And you're here and you're looking at yourself. And that's a beautiful thing. How can I look at myself to make myself to do things that are more beneficial for me, to think things, to try things, right? So dishonesty doesn't necessarily mean lying to other people.
Mhm.
The dishonesty can be the lie we tell ourselves. And Jeremy, I appreciate that because it is a lie. I am not old. I'm a little chunky. And I'm a little tired today, but I don't need to put myself in that box, do I?
Mhm.
The box is the lie. The box is the lie. And other people can put us in that box and reinforce that lie. I'll never make it. Those things we have in our head reinforce the lie of I'm stupid. I will never make it in life. I don't have what it takes. All that stuff up there.
And then that snowballs into fear
Ooh,
because those lies that we've held on to, like, oh, this must be the truth. It's like, okay, that paralyzes you for that next step, that next greatest step and move in life. Oh, well, I wasn't a good student. I can't finish my degree or get my high school diploma.
I'll
Oh,
never make it.
I'll never make it. I can't do this. We get stuck in the I can'ts and I'm just stuck, right?
Yeah.
There.
I can't is a big one. Another one comes from other people that reinforce that lie. I should. You should do that. I hate it when people should on me. It hurts me when people tell me you should because they don't. Then I know they don't know me.
Yeah.
Then I know they don't know me.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we need to learn to become Hunts or Del Monte. We have to start canning. I can.
There you go. I can. Oh, well, hey, we had a book about it. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Right? Absolutely.
Mhm.
So to be able to break through that lie, the lie we tell ourselves, I think for me today is greater than the lies I tell other people.
Mhm.
I'm better at, I used to be, when I first got into recovery, I was cash register honest. Okay, which means if I'm at the store and you give me a change, I give you a 20, you give me change for 50, right? I'm going to give that money back because I'm that honest. But you know what? I was still stealing cable, right? So we get to that point where we become more and more and more honest because we are less and less afraid, Kim.
Mhm.
We are less and less afraid. All right, you got something, Les? You looking like you got something.
No, I was, looking at, trying to fit in the community harmony, type deal where I can construct, the fellowship, the sharing, the loving, the caring, and, after a while, the honesty will come out.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's just a natural thing.
Yeah. Because it makes me feel good.
Right.
And whatever, I am still at that point, which whatever makes me feel good, I'll do again.
Yeah.
It's shifted from drugs and alcohol and selfishness and lying and all those things to helping other people, to helping myself.
You know,
Oh, yes, sir.
one other thing, my inventory that happened 10 years ago is not the same inventory I keep today.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
yes,
I got rid of all that old junk,
yes,
and now I'm replacing it with good, solid inventory.
yeah.
that support other people, you know, and help.
They told me to do an inventory at night. And I remember early in my recovery, boy, that went on and on and on and on and on. I was up half the night thinking, okay, I did this, I did that. I got to go make an amends for this, right? But as I have grown and as my life has changed, that inventory is different. It changes. Yes, Mark.
All of this honesty and being in the now.
Yes.
Okay, all comes down to one of the four agreements, the last one before. Always do your best.
Yes.
Now, if you're lying, you're not doing your best. Even if you're lying to yourself, you're not being your best.
Absolutely.
So you always have to remember, I need to do my best. And it's not necessarily just for me.
Nice.
It's for everybody.
For the world.
Yes,
That's how we change the world, isn't it?
absolutely.
That's how we change the world. One kind action at a time, and those need to start with actions for myself.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The next one is resentment. Dun dun dun. Man, who did me wrong? Who did me wrong today? Boy, I get mad about that. Or I used to get more mad, but whew, that blame game that I did. But who has done something today that has harmed me? And what kind of resentment do I have? Right? What am I holding on to? That am I holding on to that anger? Yes, sir.
Bonnie, yeah, just checked in.
Oh, okay. Good deal. Bonnie. All right.
Bonnie Blue is here.
There we go. Yes, sir.
When you were talking about a while ago, resentment, I know that vocabulary well, but the thing about talking to my mom and talking to my brother, my mom always tells me, she's like, please don't tell your brother about me or say mom to him. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know you. I mean, I didn't really tell him much about you, but since he only wants to talk to me, I don't really discuss you all the time. But even if I said mom to my brother Brandon, then he'll tell me, yeah, don't be telling mom that you talk to me.
Other people have resentments too, right? I need to do a daily inventory on where I have misstepped, where somebody may be resenting me. Right? I've got to look at my behavior every day, and that's what this inventory is about. That personal resentment for me, am I holding on to anything that is stirring me up? Right? I want to be happy, joyous, and free today. I want to be serene. And when I have swallowed that anger and it has turned into a resentment, it doesn't serve me. It doesn't help me.
Writing, you could always try writing a letter to somebody, and if it has too much of the anger, like maybe like cuss words, just like read all of it and then you can throw it away.
Absolutely.
That's what I was about.
Absolutely. I've done that before too when I've resented someone. The writing out of everything has helped me too. And what I've done is, which was real cool, was we wadded up our letters and threw them in the fire.
Like, the only one that I counted on to read it was my psychologist.
There you go.
And he was nice about it, but then he said something that will catch my attention more is reading books.
Ah, okay. There you go. There you go. Oh, yes, sir.
The people-
Oh, yeah. Who do we have? Who do we have?
We have Karen DeSoto and Julie Kim Gouchette.
All right. Everybody just checking in and saying good morning. I know he's our, who was Johnny Carson's sidekick? Ed, you're our Ed McMahon. And if you know who Ed McMahon is, you are old. That's all right. It is a beautiful thing we have lived this long. People lost money on us, didn't they? So, so that I can have that resentment against myself too. That's the bit where, I can take it to the morbid reflection of I'm a terrible person.
Mhm.
I don't like myself. I can go so far as to hate myself. And I've been there before. Based on my behavior, I can slip into that real negative zone about myself and begin to resent what I've done. Resent what I've done to other people. Resent what I've done to myself. Right? But resentment, I wish I'd looked that up. Resentment today for me, I really try to avoid it because it makes me sick.
Mm.
It does. When I swallow that anger and it turns into resentment, it sits in my gut and it burdens me. And it is there, always there. And sometimes it comes up like acid reflux and it hurts. And then it goes back down and I don't think about it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I resented someone for many years, and it's tore at me. And I couldn't understand what was the problem.
Yeah.
And then, I'm a biblical reading individual. And it comes down to me learning to forgive that individual, and all of a sudden that resentment starts to fade away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Resentment of others leads to resentment of ourselves. We resent the way we feel.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that sticks with me for a long time. So we end up punishing ourselves for that resentment. And the problem is we don't stop. When you go to court, you're only punished for one time, okay, for something that happened, okay. So why do we continue to punish ourselves? We just have to say, hey,
Beat ourselves up.
I'm sorry, it's done, it's over, out of here.
Forgive myself.
Yeah.
To forgive myself. Absolutely.
Sharon, sorry. Go ahead. So I love this quote from Nelson Mandela. Resentment is like drinking poison, hoping that the other person will die as a result of it.
That is true.
And so just looking at resentment, it can cause physical problems because it's the same as having extreme stress, according to Dr. Warsher, who is a psychologist. But it's saying that it can cause, make us more susceptible to illness and disease. It can cause heart problems, social problems, because we'll be alienated from the people that could really help us get through that and foster some forgiveness. And it just turns you into a person that nobody wants to spend time with or be around if you're holding resentment. So,
Man, I was hard to be around. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that, Kim. And I love that quote. because it's so true. When I am holding, somebody may slight me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody may say something to me that hurts me, and they didn't even realize it, or they let it go as soon as they said it, and went, whatever. But I hold on to that, and it does make us sick, and it can go so far as to cause cancer, diabetes, like you said, heart disease. It's amazing what stress can do to us, what resentment can cause in us.
Yeah.
Right? Good deal. So I don't want to carry that today. I don't want to carry that today. It's
Nope,
too much
let
of
it
a
go.
burden.
Everybody, since I've been since I've been in high school and out of high school, everybody keeps telling me that I have great hair.
It shows it's a wisdom. I'm getting gray through here too. I'm hoping somebody will think I'm smart. See, I did it again. Didn't I? Y'all catch me. Dang it.
We'll have to get a quarter jar for you every time.
I know. Yes.
Not a quarter.
Because jar definitely won't work, will it, Kim?
No. We tried that.
Oh, yeah. I was broke the first day. All right. So the next one is fear. Fear. Where do I have fear today?
Maybe you need to speak about food.
Oh, yeah. The only thing.
Yeah, that. The only thing
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you think about fear? Yes, sir.
What is the number one fear that everybody has?
I would say maybe death.
You got it. Everybody has that.
Everybody has that fear.
people can also share what somebody's done at the time of death. They'll notice like accomplishments from going to 6th and 7th and 8th grades and freshman and sophomore and junior and senior years. If they go to college or something, they decide to play football.
Yeah.
No one will ever be left behind.
Oh, I like leave no man behind. We do that here too, don't we? Yeah. Absolutely. We have that motto here. Fear is real. Fear can fear can freeze me.
Mm-hmm.
Fear can make me run from myself and stay in that lie. Oh, fear can put us in panic, absolutely, where I do things that don't benefit me because I'm living off that instinct that Alan talked about, right? That instinct of, fear is not a bad thing. If you see a bear, please be afraid, right? But if I'm just talking about a bear, maybe that's not such a terrifying thing, right? So to put it in perspective and to have people around me so I'm not afraid. Yes, sir.
Now, we ever heard that fear is false events that appear real.
Ooh, false events that appear real. Oh, I like that.
And it's the opposite of that.
It is. That's the opposite of fear. Oh, I like that. I've always heard face everything and recover. Face everything and recover. I like that one too. Get on the other side of fear.
I love the quote from Marilyn Monroe. She said, "We should all start to live before we get too old. Fear is stupid, so are regrets." And that's by Marilyn Monroe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we don't want to live with a bunch of regrets. Well, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't.
No kid. I think regret for me is the biggest thing, and it's not what I did, it's what I didn't do.
Didn't do. Yeah. Those are the things that hang.
Well, I may have a solution.
Okay.
Not a solution. I have an option that I found in a book that I use regularly that comes from the 12 steps. And it says, okay, continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear when these crop up. Now, I've been around for a little bit, and I've been really trying to work this recovery thing, but dishonesty, fear, selfishness, resentment still crop up in my life. I think it still crops up in everybody's life. It says, first, we ask our higher power to remove this fear, this resentment. We discuss it with someone else immediately. We make amends. That's that forgiveness and that making things right. We make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Right? I look to my higher power. I look to my friends. I see if I have done anything that can cause someone harm. Right? And then I go out and help someone. Yes, sir.
My number one key to happiness
Yes.
is make somebody else happy. If I can make somebody else happy, I'm feeling good.
You're right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to be able to do that today, unselfishly, right? That's good stuff. When I find that when I am when I'm balanced in boundaries, in getting my needs met while allowing others to get their needs met, when I'm balanced like that, it's easier for me to be kind. It's easier for me to be kind when I've looked at these things. And we only have to look at them for today. I don't have to go back a million years. I want to start today. What am I doing that's not working? In a nutshell, that inventory of what am I doing that's not working today?
It's not mine.
Working. It's not beneficial, right? It's not getting our needs met. So, personal inventory, big stuff, deep stuff, that inventory of what do I have, what don't I have, what do I need, what don't I need, what am I doing, what am I not doing, right? What am I feeling, what am I not feeling, right? I love this stuff. I love it. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my team of wisdom. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I noticed that fear sometimes causes procrastination, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll put it off now, I'll get it tomorrow. And, and then it comes from doubting one's ability to get through some
Event.
event.
Yeah.
And so you put it off, but actually, if you learn to trust yourself, the ability to do it, then do it anyway,
Absolutely. Thank you. That fear can mess us up. That really can. It really can. But that when I'm afraid, when I procrastinate, I can, going back to those 4 things we can do. I can pray about it. I can talk to my higher power about it. I can become accountable to a friend, right? I can be accountable to a friend. I can do my best and be honest about when I get stuck. And then I can help others, which helps me, right? I love this stuff. I love it. I love it when we talk about recovery, when we talk about the skills and the tools and all the different stuff. It's good, isn't it?
And then we learn to utilize what we learned, right? And then we learn to adapt to things that were destroyed.
Great places with me. You are teaching this class today. I love it. I love it. I do. All right. We got a little bit of time left. What do we have? Anybody checking in with anything profound? Everybody just still saying hey. Still saying hey. Well, I'm glad y'all are out there. Well, I'm glad you're out here, and I'm glad my friends are here. My compadres, my team, my tribe. I love it. I love it. Any last words, Kim?
I just wanted to say this was really good for recovery overall, not just the 12 steps. Because when you do those points that you just talked about, call a friend, tap into your faith, those are steps that are helpful with any mountain that we climb in this recovery process.
Yes.
Just looking back and doing it. So I'm glad to be a part of the class today, and all the great comments from the class. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Kim. This was really cool. I've never done it this way, so I like it a lot.
Cool.
Plus, y'all don't, you're not tired of me talking all the time. I like that.
No, imparting wisdom.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Mark, for being our sidekick today, our DJ, our person, our Ed McMahon. All right. Next week, same time, same place, Recovery 201. We'll go deep again. We'll see how we can do this thing a little deeper, a little more profound. Thank you. I love it. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate everybody. We will talk to you next week. Bye, everyone. Keep eating their love.